Okay, I think we're all ready. Okay, welcome to the November 18th Library Board meeting. We'll start first just by taking attendance. Go ahead.
Wanda Minglecook.
Chris Schiffer.
And Amy Oren. Do we have anyone on the phone today? Nope. Okay. We'll continue to move forward. First, we have to look at the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion for approval of agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Hi.
Oh, hi, who's on the phone?
Hi, sorry, I don't think it went through the first time. This is Hannah James.
Oh, perfect. Hi, Hannah, welcome.
Hi.
All right, number 2, minutes. Approval of our minutes from the October 21st meeting. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, moving on to number 3, public comment. Do we have any public comment today? Great, number 4, on to our staff report with Megan.
Hello. You have my report in your packets, but I'll just give you some highlights. The first thing I wanted to mention is that we do have an open position right now. We just hired somebody new at the branches, and shortly after she was hired, somebody else put in their notice. So we'll be hiring another part-time person in the circulation department. That position is open through next Tuesday, so if you know anybody looking for a part-time position that might want to work at the library, there's one available. Then some events coming up in the next month. We always have the monthly dance story times. This next one coming up is Nutcracker themed. They do a preview of their Nutcracker show. That's always very popular with the kids. We have our last Lit Lounge for the year. We've been doing these kind of every other month, focused on a different genre every time. So first Wednesday in December, we're doing an event all about fantasy fiction. So book recommendations, trivia, treats, things like that. As Amy was excited about before the meeting started, it is Jane Austen's 250th birthday this year. It is next month, this Sunday. I think her birthday is actually the 16th. But on the 13th, on the Saturday, we are having a Jane Austen birthday party. So tea, trivia, dress up in Regency fashions.
Yes.
Just celebrate all things Jane Austen.
I was just going to say, can we dress up?
Yeah.
I love it.
It is not required, but highly encouraged.
Love it.
And the last thing I wanted to mention was this coming Saturday is train day at the library that is downtown. They usually set up huge train displays in the community room, and it's open for all ages. There are little kids excited about trains. There are old men excited about trains. Just anybody who wants to come and look at trains, and they apparently have a super cool Lego train that's going to be part of this year.
Okay,
Anybody have any questions for me?
no questions for Megan? Okay, thank you. Moving on to our director's report.
Yeah, per your packet, you can see the meeting I had with Commissioner Turnberg and the Kilburn Group CEO regarding the proposed convention center plan. The initial one put it in our parking spot, our parking lot on the east side of the main library, essentially taking that all and wondering about, I had a lot of questions about, okay, what about parking for library staff, library patrons, designated, when things get busy, all of that. And I don't know if you saw that article in the newspaper that got to be in the paper, in the forum, so that I met with them, and I don't know if you saw the subsequent article where they moved it, essentially, instead of building a new build, essentially rehabbing the current civic center. And again, this is one of, I believe, 4 proposals for the convention center. And so that changes a little bit better for us, obviously. Again, we just continue to monitor, because that's going to keep going back and forth until, I believe, March. So there's more to come on terms of that. In terms of other aspects of my report, one thing important, if you can see under my professional organizational, talk about a post-incident follow-up with the Northport branch staff. Back on the 23rd of October, branch staff ran into a situation where an individual was having the effects of opioid. He was essentially going into shock and was in a really bad way. Staff stepped up. One staff member administered Narcan. One was on the phone to first responders, and one was dealing with this person's significant other all in the same time. The person came back to the gentleman. PD was there, first responders got on the scene, took care of the rest of that. I was notified immediately afterwards. Folks were spot on.
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, it's good staff, and we jumped on, certainly after that post-incident, we've identified additional Narcan training for everybody. We're going to have it in January. We got a whole slew of opportunities for staff training from public health, so we're really happy about that. Yeah, that's my report as of now.
Any questions?
Oh, one more thing, I'm sorry, Amy. Just to kind of circle back to our last meeting in talking about the repurposing of the coffee space, and to Chris's question about costs. And again, we asked for this or proposed this back in '24, and it didn't get funded. Obviously, the budget that we have for it was $120,000. And the initial cost estimate back from the architects is $168,206.58. So facilities is working with the architect to see how we can shore that number up a little bit. I'll be meeting with city administration on Friday to see possibilities in terms of that amount. So FYI, we're still kind of working out monies versus costs, but we'll get it done one way or the other. So FYI on that, if anybody has any questions.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we have no unfinished business. Moving on to new business. Letter A, gifts to the library policy review.
Yeah, and this is a really important policy as we're going into '26, so I wanted to get it to the board. Again, it's just getting a review. We don't have any proposed changes, but I offer it to the board for review and approve as it stands.
Do you have any initial questions or anything?
Yes, Paul?
Yeah, I would move to approve it.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, that passes.
And the next one, certainly associated with the first one, is the naming rights. And again, this is kind of proposed, just review. It's important I think it's a good review for the board to see what we have available and what kind of opportunities we have as we're looking at, especially the Dr. James Carlson library renovation aspects. And I anticipate some level of fundraising related to that, given kind of the resources we have. And so that's why these two policies I want to get reviewed and approved. And really, obviously, that's a 2026 thing, but just kind of an overview of what we have in the amounts per the naming rights.
Okay. Any initial questions at all on this one? No? Do I have a motion for approval?
I move we approve the naming rights policy.
Okay, is there a second? Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? And that passes. Great. Moving on to our statistical report, October usage.
Yeah, you see the library use in terms of attendance, year-to-date through the end of October, down 5% over last year. In terms of program attendance, you see a really big number, if you notice the community engagement, and of 4,662 this past month of October, and that was Boo at the Zoo, where staff interacted with 2,033 individuals, and Trunk or Treat at Bonanzaville, where staff interacted with 2,151 individuals at those separate events. So always fun there. So programming through the end of year-to-date, through the end of October, is up 14% over last year. Volunteer hours, you can see, up around 5% over last year. Internet use down 15% over last year, and web hits down 18% over last year. In terms of overall circulation, year-to-date through the end of October, just under 5% over the previous year. And I pointed out to other board members, but Amy, you were gone last, if you see how we're up, the big number is the renewals, if you look on the sheet, in terms of increase over the previous year, is what that represents is we moved to automatic renewals.
Yeah.
And I just want to make everybody aware that that's what that number means,
That makes
as
sense.
opposed to patron-initiated renewals versus automatic renewals. So we don't want to hide anything. That's just what that number represents. And again, it's going to be, and I'm not opposed to it because it's a customer service aspect, but the number, it affects the numbers.
Yeah.
And so we're all aware of it. Anyway,
Thank you for
Sure,
helping
sure.
renew my books for me.
so then you see we're up just a little over 40,000 over last year in terms of circulation, if there's any questions regards the statistical reports.
Hey, any questions at all on that piece? Nope. Okay. Moving on to our financials for October.
Sure. You see the one gift of $5, that's a anonymous monthly payroll deduction that somebody's giving us. On the expense side, the $395 is for the One Book, One Community advertising that took place. The $3,835, 93 of that is craft afternoons. 1,267 of that is Northern Narrative, Northern Focus reception, which was highly successful. $1,265 for Jazz into Fall, and $1,210 for One Book, One Community. Thank you, friends, for all of that. And the $94 for staff development was $30 for the Way to Go staff recognition, and $64 for the fall feed for staff. Again, thank you, friends, for making that happen. So big thanks to the friends.
Great. Hey, any questions at all on that first part? Oh, we
Oh,
have
I got
more.
the next, I
We
got
have
the,
more. There's more.
the budget, sorry about that.
Okay, my bad.
Through the end of, with 83% of the year lapsed, looking through the end of October, we're just under 80% expended. Obviously, we've been utilizing, kind of done our math, and we've put additional money towards Libby of ebooks and e-audiobooks for that, knowing that going into the next year, things will be a little bit thinner, as it were. And as we estimated revenue for 2025 at 25,000 total, year-to-date through the end of October, we're over 28,000, so we're doing okay on the revenue side in that regard.
Okay, now.
Any
On the
questions?
financials? No? Okay, moving on, Friends of the Library report.
Hi, everyone. Okay, I have a few things. First one, I know I've been reporting on this probably since maybe March or so, but we officially have a full board as of October. So we've added one new member. Her name is Rhonda Ubin. She's been a volunteer for us for a while. So I'm really happy where the board is right now, just in terms of membership, and everybody kind of plays a key role. So exciting that we are now 9 strong, and now no one's allowed to roll off until their term ends for sure. We just had our book sale, excuse me, a few weeks ago now, and best sales yet. Record year for us. So we were able to raise $6,215. And a big portion of that actually came from the Carlson branch sales. So we had an increased presence there for this book sale, just because we knew we got heavy foot traffic too. So pulled out the books from the cubbies and the back storage room and made sure that that was all really accessible. So we'll be moving forward with that for our biannual book sales. And so that was a very big piece of it. I want to say it was about 2,000 came from Carlson. So really strong sale there. And then last but not least, this is one of the things we've done this is a first-time event for us, but Night with the Friends. This happened last week, and so we invited our membership to come through for just some snacks and then to take a couple books of their choosing. And I think something that was really good about that is actually being able to see and interact with our members. So our full board was there. Tim was there too, thank you. And each member that came through really got to speak to at least 3 of our board members or so. So getting that kind of one-to-one connection was just really authentic and I think good for us. So that was kind of the past couple months here, but it's been a good few months for the Friends. So thank you to everything you're doing as staff and the board. We appreciate it. Any questions for me at all?
No, thank you for your work.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, that's really it for today. Our next meeting is December 16th. We are adjourned.